A long, long time ago, in the middle of winter, a queen was sitting doing her needlework. As she worked, from time to time, she would glance up to see the snow falling outside. And because she did so, she accidentally pricked her finger with her needle. Because the blood that fell from her finger looked so very beautiful on the snow, the queen murmured to herself the following thought.
I would love to have a little girl with skin as white as the snow and lips as red as this blood and hair as black as the blackest raven in the winter sky.
The queen's wish was to come true, for soon after that, the queen gave birth to a little baby girl. Sadly, however, this good and gracious queen drew her last breath just after the child was born. The baby who was left behind was just as her mother had wished her to be. A princess with skin as white as snow, raven black hair, and with rosy red cheeks and lips.
Oh, there. No matter. You can cry all you want, but all the tears in the world won't bring your mother back. But Doris, your loving nursemaid, will cuddle you until you feel quite happy again, dearest. Your mother, the queen, left me to watch over and care for you. And that I shall, my dear little princess.
This tiny princess who had lost her mother was named Snow White. Snow White grew, as babies do, and then she crawled, and then she stood up, and then she was ready to walk.
Come to Doris there, see how well we're walking today. And upsy-daisy.
The king, Snow White's father, was so busy ruling the country that the child was brought up by her nursemaid, Doris. And then, 1 year later, a new member of the royal family was welcomed into the castle, a new queen. This queen was very beautiful indeed. It was rumored there was no one in the entire kingdom whose beauty could equal hers. The queen possessed many treasures and wealth beyond imagining, but her most precious possession was a strange and mysterious mirror.
I am ready. Tell me true. Mirror, mirror on the wall, tell me once again who is the fairest of them all. You are commanded to speak the truth.
No woman in the entire kingdom can match your beauty, my queen. You know that I speak the truth. There is no question, there is no doubt. You are the fairest in the land.
Tell me again.
Your wish is my command, O queen. For truly, in all the land, you are the fairest of them all, my queen.
When the queen heard the words of the mirror, she was content, for she knew that the mirror never lied.
Once again, the mirror has told me I am the most beautiful woman in the entire kingdom, which of course I am. What a beautiful little girl. Tell me, what is her name?
The child is named Snow White, Your Majesty. She is the daughter of the former queen.
I'm pleased to have finally met her. I can see why I've heard so much about her. I've heard that her mother was quite beautiful, which means that Snow White will no doubt become a beautiful princess. We must take very good care of her indeed.
My goodness, Her Majesty seems to be in a very good mood today. This is the first time she's ever taken notice of our little Snow White. Whenever she comes out of that room, she's always in a good mood.
"10 years passed, and Snow White became a young lady of grace and beauty.
Snow White! Snow White! Snow White, where are you?
Hey, Snow White, Doris is looking all over for you. She's
I
coming.
heard her, Klaus. Hurry, climb up here.
Huh?
If Doris sees you, she'll know where I'm hiding. Please hurry and climb up the tree.
Well, all right, but I'm certainly tired of hiding. And you know how I hate climbing trees.
Is that so? This is easy. If you think climbing trees is hard, then you should try your hand at sewing and embroidery.
My mother always seems happiest when she's doing her needlework. She even sings to herself.
But I think I have far more talent for climbing tall trees than I ever will for needlework.
What you really mean is that you've become very good at climbing trees because you love to eat the apples, right? Strange, isn't it? How you've become talented at something because of your big appetite.
Oh, you.
Snow White, come down here this instant. You're up in that tree again, aren't you? And Klaus is up there with you, isn't he? Oh, what am I going to do with you? Klaus, you're the one who's taught my precious little princess such naughtiness. It's hard to believe that you're the son of a nobleman.
You've insulted a nobleman. Now we must duel.
Doris,
Well, what is it?
would you like a nice juicy red apple? They're lovely and sweet now.
Really? Oh, I'm not going to fall for one of your tricks this time. Come down here right now. You've a very important matter to attend to.
Like studying or tidying up my room, I suppose?
Your stepmother, the Queen, wants to see you in her chambers as soon as possible.
The Queen?
That's what I said, isn't it? Now come along, young lady. You're wasting time. You must keep Her Majesty waiting.
Oh, what could she want, I wonder? She's never called me to her chambers before. Strange, it worries me, though I can't say why.
You've nothing to worry about. All she wants to do is have a look at you.
How odd. Why would she want to have a look at me? She's seen me often enough in the castle. Why, just yesterday I met her in one of the corridors near the entry hall. Naturally, I expected her to continue on her way without acknowledging my presence as she usually does. But instead, she stared at me for the longest time, and with such intensity that it frightened me.
Knowing her, I'd have been greatly surprised if she'd done anything else. I'm sure she found it difficult to believe what a beautiful young lady you've become.
Anyone who sees Snow White has that experience.
Is that why you spend every waking moment with the princess and never let her out of your sight? Honestly, it seems you're always by her side.
I see myself as her one faithful protector from all the rascals in the realm. Someone has to be with her at all times, and I prefer that someone to be me. I consider it an honor and a privilege. You see, I'm very proud to be her protector.
And I am proud of you, my dear, for turning out so well. You get more beautiful every year.
Doris, I have heard you say so often that it's the beauty inside that counts.
Which is why, my dear, you are already 1,000 times more beautiful than the Queen.
I hope she never thinks so.
Yes, I suppose you're right. If words like mine were heard by Her Majesty, it would make her very unhappy, to say the least. She'd be quite angry indeed.
Oh,
In fact, the Queen could hardly be more jealous of you than she already is.
that's frightening. It's Snow White, Your Majesty. Excuse me, but Doris told me that you wanted to see me.
Enter. Well, I believe my instructions were clear. You were to come here without delay. Why are you late?
I came as quickly as I could.
I am the queen of this castle, my dear. Those who do not heed my wishes and instantly obey my every command shall be banished from the castle.
Please forgive me, Your Majesty. Not even in my dreams have I ever once thought to disobey the Queen's wishes.
My goodness, what a pretty speech. It's quite obvious what you're trying to do, but it won't work. Did you really think you could deceive me?
I really don't know what you're talking about. Honestly.
Why, trickery and deceit, dear. Trickery and deceit is the subject. I want to know, Snow White, exactly what is going on in your head when you look upon your queen. And I demand that you tell me the truth.
I couldn't lie to you, my queen. When I look at you, I see an extremely beautiful woman.
Yes, go on.
Everyone says that you're the most beautiful woman in the kingdom, and it's true.
Snow White, I want you to take a look in this mirror, a good look. I want to know precisely what you see. Tell me what you see reflected there. Is your face ugly?
Why, no.
Then you like how you look. Indeed, you believe it's a very pretty face, don't you?
Not really.
I warn you again, if you wish to remain in this castle, then you mustn't tell me any lies. So then, we have established that you know that you have a very beautiful face. Well, do you wish to become more beautiful?
I hadn't thought about it.
I've heard everyone saying it. What a pretty child, and she'll be even more beautiful by the time she's ready to wed. I wonder if she mightn't even surpass the beauty of the Queen someday.
Oh, no, no one compares me to you.
Don't deny it, you know as well as I do. There are many in the kingdom. There are many who make that very comparison. It is not possible that you have not heard.
Those people just don't know what they're talking about. Idle gossip, that's all it is.
That proves that you lied. You heard the gossip. And furthermore, you are in full agreement with that gossip. The fact of the matter is that you believe that one day you will become even more beautiful than your queen.
Oh, no, I would never think such a thing. Ever.
I suppose it's possible that you think you are already. Admit it, you do, don't you, dear?
No, I would never think that.
Listen to me carefully, Snow White. When I was welcomed to this castle as the new queen of this land, I was praised as the most beautiful woman in the kingdom. There has never been anyone who has come close to equaling my beauty. And so must it ever be. I must always be regarded as the most beautiful in the kingdom. Therefore, I cannot permit anyone to live in this land who is more beautiful than I.
I have to save her.
Now, for the last time, when you look at my face, what do you see? Tell me the truth. I am aware that you have lied to me a number of times already. I will not allow you to lie again. Now, tell me how you see me.
Then you're commanding me to tell the truth?
Just one more lie and you'll be banished from this castle. Do you truly believe you are more beautiful than I am? That you must tell me.
Very well then, Your Majesty. I think you're quite beautiful. But that your beauty's only skin deep. Your fear of losing your beauty has made you so cruel and mean that now you're the ugliest woman in the land.
My beauty? How dare you call it ugly?
Guards, hurry! Thieves in the Queen's chamber, hurry!
Huh? Thieves! To the Queen, quickly!
Don't worry, Your Majesty. We're coming.
Oh, guards, hurry, help!
After them, quickly, before they get away!
Huh?
Come on, hurry! They're in here!
Hey!
That's it, attack!
You bumbling fools, we're not thieves!
Klaus, don't worry. I'm sure you'll catch a fish if you just keep trying.
I hope so. We've been walking all day since running away from the castle, and we need some food so we can keep our strength up. There. Oh, it got away.
I suppose we'll have to spend the night here.
We certainly are a lot safer down here than we would be on top of that mountain, and besides, if a wolf were to come along, we could climb up that tree.
There are wolves?
Yes. I saw one once with my father. As a matter of fact, it was quite near here. The wolf we saw was a huge, mean fellow with big yellow teeth. Speaking of huge, wow.
Klaus, in order to reach the next kingdom, don't we have to climb over that high mountain? I wouldn't mind climbing it in daylight. But if we have to spend the night there, I have a feeling that something terrible is going to happen. What do you think?
Aha! I've got him now.
Huh?
Oh my gosh, he's so big, I'm going to need some help.
I'm coming, Klaus. Hold on to him.
Hurry, help me take him out. We did it, we caught the fish.
That's wonderful, Klaus. You are an excellent fisherman, aren't you?
Well, to be honest, for a while there, I was afraid we weren't going to have any supper.
Mirror, mirror, on the wall, show me where I can find the girl they call Snow White, and show me well. So she thinks she'll be safe there, does she? I know what I must do.
Hey, look, what's that?
Klaus, you'll frighten him.
I'm not going to hurt him. Yeah. Huh? I can't wait till we arrive at my uncle's castle. You'll be safe there.
Thank you for taking me, Klaus. But what will you do after we get there? Are you going to go back home?
Not for a while. I'll live with my uncle from now on. Here, catch.
Oh.
My uncle's a powerful nobleman. He'll take care of me, and I'll take care of you.
I'm concerned about your parents. I'm certain they must be worried about you. In fact, they're probably out searching for you right now.
I've already thought of that. As soon as we arrive, I'll send them a letter. They'll be very proud and happy to know I was able to help you to escape.
My goodness, what a climb. Oh, look, what a beautiful castle. Whose is it, do you know?
That is my uncle's castle, Snow White.
Oh, Klaus, it's truly lovely. Have we really escaped that wicked queen? It feels like a dream.
No, it is not a dream, Snow White, and we haven't got far to go. Come on. Once we're off this mountain and through the woods, we'll have crossed the border. I'm sure we can easily reach the castle by sundown if we just keep moving.
The queen wouldn't come chasing after me as far as the next kingdom, would she?
If she does, I know just what we'll do. We'll invite her to the castle, and then we'll throw her in the lake, and that, as they say, will be that.
That's ridiculous.
It may be. All I know is that as your protector, I wouldn't let that queen hurt a hair on your head.
Huh? Klaus, who is that man?
Oh, no.
I recognize you. You're Princess Snow White.
And I know what you are.
Don't try to interfere, little man.
I've no doubt that man is working for the wicked queen and was sent here to ambush us.
Quickly, let's run away.
Don't even think of trying to escape. Your suffering would only be prolonged, and it'll be bad enough as it is, believe me.
I demand that you tell us what you're going to do.
It will be much easier if you cooperate. There's no reason to tell you my plans. It wouldn't make any difference anyway. Things would turn out the same in the end, little gentleman.
You're up to no good. You mean to hurt us.
You had better move out of the way, Klaus. My lady the Queen did not order me to cause you any harm.
Run away, Snow White.
Not without you.
Step aside, I'm taking aim.
Run away!
Oh, you asked for it. Pleasant dreams, little man.
What will I do? I've got to get away somehow.
Snow White is around here. I can sense her presence. It's not possible to escape. You will be pursued by the pack of hungry wolves that live here. It would be far less painful for you to come with me now. You might as well come out and surrender. Your fate is sealed, Snow White. Say goodbye. A boar. Uh-oh. That was Snow White.
Klaus, I'm lost in the forest. Please, Klaus,
from the Queen's evil henchmen, Snow White had become lost in the forest and was overcome with fear.
Oh my, where am I? And where could my friend Klaus have gone? I must find him. Klaus told me to run away while he dealt with that evil man who was chasing us. That's when I fell down the hill and hurt my leg. Now Klaus is nowhere to be found, and I have no idea where I am. Oh no, if those ferocious wolves find me here, I won't stand a chance. I've got to hide. I must find some place where they can't reach me. There isn't much time. Oh, how I wish Klaus were here to help me. What would he do? Yes, that's it. A tree branch. I'll climb to where the wolves can't reach me. I'm frightened. Now, don't come any closer. Just stay away from me. Oh, please don't eat me, wolves. I'll help you find some food. I'm not the least bit afraid of you. Go away now. Leave me alone or I will hit you on the nose. Do you understand me?
Hello! Over there, my brothers! Quickly now! Over there! Hurry! I thank you very much. Now let's see what we have here. Oh, my goodness, it's just a young girl. When this poor defenseless ragamuffin got one look at the likes of you, she fainted dead away. Your primitive behavior is extremely disappointing, and I am ashamed of you.
What's going on? Make way, won't you get out of the way? Move out of the way. You step aside and let us see.
All of you, hush up.
I, what a pretty young lady. Dear, oh dear, I hope she's still alive.
She's all right. She just fainted.
It could be that she got hungry and passed out. Did any of you bring any food along with you?
Wait a minute, Friday. We should be extremely careful of this one.
It wouldn't be polite to leave her sleeping in the forest like this. We should bring her home.
Don't be so hasty, Monday. What are the chances that a young girl like this would be out here alone in the forest? Just you think about it.
She'll feel a whole lot better when she gets something to eat.
Some warm blankets would help, too. Now lift her very carefully.
It's as plain as the nose on your faces, yet you choose to ignore the obvious. This young girl is up to no good. We should leave her alone, I'm warning you.
Nonsense! She's the daughter of an angel.
Yes, of course. I should have known you'd all be fooled by her innocent appearance. Mark my words, brothers. Take her to our home, and you will awaken tomorrow as mere pond frogs.
Gee, that's right. I wonder where we'll have her sleep tonight. There are no spare beds anywhere in the house.
We'll think of something.
That's it. That's the last straw. From now on, I'm going to be sleeping outside in the stable while you fools learn how to catch flies with your tongues.
Say, did you hear that? Now there's a bed for this young lady to sleep in. What a stroke of luck.
I just don't believe this. You all walk right into a trap with your eyes wide open, and not 2 minutes later, you're under some kind of a spell. You've been tricked. Now wake up and smell the hemlock before it's too late. Are any of you listening to me? If you had an ounce of sense, you would put her down and run the other way. You'll regret this when you're all sitting on a lily pad.
Klaus! Klaus! Where are you, Klaus?
I'm right here, Snow White.
Where? Where are you? I can't see you.
Just look up here in the tree and you'll see me, Snow White.
Oh, what are you doing way up there? I've been looking for you everywhere.
Apples. Apples have brought me up on this limb. I thought you might like to sample some.
What?
Aren't you hungry?
That's not even an apple tree. You were hiding from me. Just admit it. Wait, where are you going?
I'm going to look for an apple tree.
Oh, wait, don't leave me behind. Please, please don't go.
I'm leaving to find you a delicious apple. This time I really mean it. Stay where you are, Snow White.
Wait, Klaus, wait.
Bye.
Come back, please. Why is he leaving me all alone like this? Now what will become of me? I'm so frightened. Where am I? I remember being in the forest, but where am I now? Ow, my head. What is this place? It certainly doesn't look familiar. Oh, my shoes. Ah.
That fire feels good. And what a cozy place this is. But I wonder, who could possibly live here? And when might they return? The furniture is so small. And the window so tiny.
Ah. Oh, what a beautiful day. Huh? Oh, my! Help me! Someone please help me! Oh, Harm! It's
Hey!
Oh, please, will someone help me, please?
What's wrong?
There's a ferocious wolf on the other side of this door.
Is that all?
He's as big as a horse and terribly mean and could very well have bitten me. Oh, no, I just remembered that I left the window wide open. Quickly, please, put something up against the door, otherwise the wolf will get in.
I'm beginning to get the idea that it's merely that wolf that's gotten you so upset.
Well, of course it's the wolf. Didn't you hear me? Now put the table against the door.
If our wolf is the only thing that's bothering you, you can just calm down and relax. That wolf won't bite you. He's a very friendly fellow.
What?
That wolf and his whole family have been friends of ours for years and years. That wolf would never hurt you. He's quite concerned for your safety. As a matter of fact, when you were lost in the forest, it was he and his friends who came all the way up here to the cabin to tell us that you were in trouble.
I see. So that's how you found me.
Actually, if you'd like to know the whole story, if we want to be completely accurate in the telling of the tale, it was me, myself, and I who came rushing to your assistance.
You are forgetting, dear brother,
What?
that we all answered the call of the wolves, and perhaps we should take a moment now to introduce ourselves.
Oh.
Allow me, if I may, to introduce myself first.
What's wrong?
Just look at what we're wearing.
Oh, dear. This would hardly do.
Well, you did take us rather by surprise. On behalf of my brothers and myself, I must apologize for our improper appearance and hope that you don't think too unkindly of us.
No, it is I who must apologize. And I am sorry for waking you all up so suddenly.
No harm done at all, my dear young lady. I'm a light sleeper anyway, and so is everyone else. We're very sorry that the wolf frightened you, but most happy to have you here in our humble home.
And
There's no doubt about that.
Then I am most especially grateful to know each and every one of you.
Hey! Huh? Bottom of this. Are you fellows in there?
It's our brother Thursday.
Well, I'm glad to see no harm has befallen any of you. By this time, I'd have expected to see a bunch of pond frogs jumping around this cabin instead of you. Or toads, perhaps. Well, then, what's become of that pretty little girl? Oh, come now, brothers. Open up this door. I am not amused. I ask you, is this any way to treat your old friend Thursday? Now, open up this instant. I live here, too, you know.
As long as the Wicked Queen is there, you can't go home? Is that what you mean, Snow White?
That's right, Tuesday.
And to make matters worse, since you are separated from your young friend Klaus, you have no place to go now.
That's true, Sunday.
That poor girl, and I thought she was an evil witch.
But I think that my friend Klaus is still in the forest, and I don't know what I can do to help him find his way. Yes, I am sure he is lost in the forest and looking for me at this very moment.
Perhaps so. Why don't we all help Snow White search for him?
Yes?
Brothers, please, you're not using your heads.
What's that?
Gentlemen, merely for the sake of argument, let us suppose that her little friend is simply lost and roaming around the forest somewhere. Wouldn't the wolves have discovered him a long time ago, just as they discovered Snow White? Wouldn't they?
Who asked for your opinion anyway?
So if you believe that Klaus is still in the forest, you have to accept the possibility that he's met with terrible danger, or perhaps that he's hiding somewhere in order to avoid the predicament. Ouch!
Klaus is alive! I know that Klaus is alive!
Of course he's alive, Snow White.
I won't believe for a moment that Klaus might be.
He'll probably show up.
All of us have grown very fond of you, young lady. Naturally, we would like you to be happy and would be eager to assist you in any way possible.
Yes, but you've already been so very kind.
Snow White, speaking again on behalf of my brothers and myself, how would it be if we were to offer you a place in our humble home for a little while? To see a pretty face such as yours each day would be a joy. If you would consider staying here for the time being, we would be most honored.
Do you mean it?
We wouldn't have it any other way.
End of discussion. Welcome to our modest cabin home.
Thank you, but I'll only stay with you if you let me help you with the daily chores.
Well, brothers, I think that's fair enough, don't you? Feel free to make this your home for as long as you like.
Thank you very much.
So it shall be.
Yippee! Hooray!
Yay, wonderful.
Now that that's been decided, we have to find a room for Snow White.
You're right, Friday, and not only that, we'll have to build another bed.
She can't use mine anymore, that's for some...
Of course not. It'll be part of a bedroom upstairs in the attic.
That's it. Let's start straight away before Snow White changes her mind.
Yes,
There's
well,
no one
well,
to be
well,
done.
Please, may I help you with anything?
Oh, no, sit tight. There's no need for that. We can manage well enough by ourselves.
Yes, all we have to do is just a little bit of cleaning and tidying up.
Right. Monday, why don't you take Snow White for a walk and show her around? As long as she's with you, we'll know she'll be safe.
How many years has it been since we turned this attic into a storeroom?
I don't know. It's been this way as long as I could remember.
One thing's for certain, it was a good idea to send Snow White out for a walk in the woods. If she'd ever seen this mess, she'd never have stayed here.
Does a wolf always stay at the cabin?
Nobody keeps a wolf as a pet. He's a wild animal and only comes here when he wants to.
Oh, Monday, I treated him so poorly, I screamed at him and slammed the door in his face. I was so rude that he will never want to become my friend.
Gee, I bet it would be impossible not to like you. My brothers and I think you're real pretty and very smart.
What do you think?
I think you're the best.
Where did all this stuff come from?
While Snow White and Monday took their walk in the woods, the rest of the dwarves busied themselves with cleaning, painting, and restoring the attic of their small rustic cabin. They worked as never before to transform it into the nicest bedroom that one could imagine. As she enjoyed her sunny afternoon out of doors, Snow White had no idea of the surprise that was awaiting her at home.
Please be careful.
Meanwhile, having completed their task in the attic, the dwarves turned their attention to building a most elegant bed for their newfound friend.
With the amount of berries we picked today, I'll be able to bake enough pies to feed a small army.
When it comes to the subject of food, there can never be too much. We may be little men, but with very big appetites, and no matter how much food is made, it's seldom enough to make us full.
Sounds as if I'll be the busiest cook in all of the forest.
This talk is making me hungry.
The three new friends were not alone on the forest trail, and the wolf sensed danger. Meanwhile, upstairs in the cabin, the jolly little men were putting the final touches on their handiwork and feeling quite proud of themselves for having accomplished so much in so little time.
I wonder where the wolf has gone off to, Monday. He isn't following us.
Oh, visiting with the other wolves, most likely.
I hope he returns soon so I may earn his friendship.
Wait, maybe we should bring back some walnuts. There should be plenty under that tree.
Monday, what a wonderful idea. With walnuts, I can bake some special treats. Let's see how many walnuts we can find. Oh, look, they're everywhere.
Yes, and I'm sure there are more at the top of the tree.
But the ones that have fallen to the ground are already more than the two of us can carry.
Well, let's take as much as we can manage. We can always come back. Huh? I was afraid of this.
Huh?
It's a big black bear.
What, a bear?
He's probably hungry and wants something to eat. We must run.
But isn't the bear one of your animal friends?
Unhappily, that bear's our enemy. He doesn't like anyone, especially the wolves.
I hope that we can change his mind. He's coming this way.
We're in trouble.
Whatever shall we do?
Stand still. Stand still and be very quiet. Just stand still.
What have we done to make you so angry?
Be careful, Snow White.
Please, Bear, just tell us what we've done to make you so mad. We'll gladly apologize.
Watch out! Look, it's the wolf. Our friend the wolf is no match at all for the black bear.
No! Stop it, both of you. You'll hurt yourself. Black Bear is going to win this fight. I've got to do something.
Oh, no! What are you doing? You'll get hurt. Snow White, please come back here.
You stop this bear right now. No! Please, Mr. Wolf, don't fight anymore. I beg you. Please. Everything will be all right, Mr. Wolf. It's all over now.
Huh? Black Bear is eating the food like my brothers. Look at him eat. He just got mad when he returned to his favorite tree and found some stranger stealing his precious walnuts. He didn't mean any harm at all.
That's right. And maybe now Black Bear will become our friend. What do you think?
As I said before, it would be impossible not to like you, Snow White.
Why, Monday, what a nice thing to say. I think he's finished. Well, goodbye for now, Mr. Bear. Eat as much as you would like. We won't bother you anymore. We're sorry for the misunderstanding.
Well, it looks like we finished just in time. Look, here they come now.
It looks like our friend Mr. Wolf has grown very fond of you, Snow White.
Nothing would please me more. This has certainly turned out to be a most wonderful afternoon, hasn't it, Monday?
Yes, I could do with some old-fashioned peace and quiet for a while. And something tells me Mr. Wolf agrees. We're back!
Hello.
Hello. Glad that you're back. It's been rather quiet around here since you've been gone.
Oh, by the way, your room is ready.
Thank you. Would it be all right if I went upstairs to take a look?
Certainly you might as well, but don't expect too much. After all, it's just a place to sleep, you know.
This is wonderful. This is really my room. It's like a dream. What a fine surprise. I'm so happy. Oh, I can't thank all of you enough. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Thursday. Thank you very much. I love all of you. Thank you, too. Dear Friday. And you, too.
And so ended a busy and most exciting day for Snow White and the 7 dwarves, who had become her very best friends. Having been spared from the evil queen by her good friend Klaus, Snow White was separated from him and became lost in the forest. She was found by 7 kindly dwarves and was invited to live with them. The dwarves loved Snow White, and although she had no experience at household chores, she did her very best to cook and clean and look after them. They were very tolerant and knew that Snow White would eventually learn her new chores. Besides, they could not allow Snow White to live all alone in the dark forest.
I am getting hungry.
Me too.
What's keeping her? She's been milking that cow all morning.
You shouldn't become so angry. It will only make things worse.
I don't see how things could get much worse. We're already sitting here starving and waiting.
Snow White is new at milking the cow. She needs time. You know, she is a lot better now than when she first started. At least now we're getting more than 1 spoon each.
And that's another thing. When we were milking the cow ourselves, there was more than enough. A dwarf cannot go out and work on less than a full cup each day.
Yep. That's right.
Of course I'm right. I'll go out and see what's taking so long.
Wait. We've decided to let her work by herself. Don't go and milk the cow for her, or she'll never learn how.
Don't worry, I'm not going out there to work for her. I'm just going to remind her that we are all starving in here. So maybe she'll work faster. I probably should milk the cow, or we'll never get to work today. Aren't you finished with that yet?
Not quite. I have a little more to do. Is something wrong?
You're taking too much time. We're waiting in the house to eat our breakfast while you're out here milking the...
Is it breakfast time already?
Yes, we're all starving. My stomach is like a finely tuned clock. If it does not get breakfast at precisely the same time each morning, it causes me to become grumpy.
I'm sorry that your breakfast is late, but I wanted to make certain that there was going to be enough milk for everyone today.
Yesterday there wasn't enough. I've been meaning to speak to you about that as well. We need more milk from now on.
I'm still learning on the job, but I'm getting better at it. See what I mean? How's this?
Much, much better than before, Snow White.
Yesterday the cow didn't know me, so she wouldn't give me very much, but today she likes me, so she gave me plenty.
You see, Snow White, I told you if you were gentle, she'd give you milk. Now, if you milked her on time, you would be perfect.
Now that Snow White is good at milking the cow, there'll be enough for us all to have a full cup. See, Thursday?
That's because I told her the correct way to milk the cow.
You're so smart, Thursday.
Now that we have this much milk to drink in the morning, we'll have the strength to do our work.
Yes, thanks to me.
This is delicious, Snow White.
Thank you, Snow White.
It's wonderful.
I really enjoy doing the chores. I suppose I never realized how much fun they could be.
Well, I always say practice makes perfect.
That's right, that's right. Practice makes perfect.
I hope the rolls are better than yesterday's. I baked them a little longer, but with less heat today.
Very good indeed.
Yes, they're better than yesterday's, but they're still burned a little bit.
I'm sorry, Thursday. I'll try to do them much better tomorrow.
They're just delicious. I don't think you should go to any more trouble. Thursday isn't going to be satisfied no matter what else you do to them.
Breakfast finally completed, Snow White commenced her next chore of the day. There was much laundry to be washed and hung out to dry. The dwarfs, too, set off for their day's work.
Goodbye. Be safe.
Goodbye, Snow White. Goodbye.
The dwarves would be away all day long, for there was much gold ore to mine. Before they left, they warned Snow White that she should talk to no one and stay close to the house. They said that anyone who ventured this far into the forest would almost certainly be sent there by the evil queen. Meanwhile, no matter how hard Snow White worked, there always seemed to be more chores for her to do.
Clean beds are happy beds.
Being the king's daughter, Snow White had never done housework at the castle. But there was something strangely satisfying about cleaning house and seeing to it that everything was bright and sparkling. Snow White loved her new home and all of her new friends. She had never felt so happy in all her life.
Oh, my goodness, I didn't realize it was getting so late. Is it lunchtime already? I think Thursday is right. This bread could taste a whole lot better. Huh? That was a woman's voice. She's in trouble. Goodness. I'm not supposed to talk to anyone. But what if she needs help? No, I must go out and see if she is all right. Hello? Where are you? Are you hurt? I'm coming. I'll help you.
I was minding my own business when this beast attacked me.
Uh-huh.
Beth! Beth! Beth!
Shame on you for frightening this poor old woman.
Thank goodness you come in time.
Bad wolf, you shouldn't attack people. You stop that. Go away now. You go on home.
You heard her. Go, go.
Settle down now. You don't have to be so cruel. What has gotten into you? You act as if this kind woman means you harm. She is only wending her way through the forest.
You certainly have a way with him. It's just as though you spoke wolf.
Well, he's not a bad wolf.
He certainly frightened me out of my wits. I was walking along, bringing my wares to the kind dwarves of the forest, when out he came. I know you must allow me to repay your kindness. I have beautiful silk threads you may choose from. There, aren't they tempting?
My, they're beautiful.
Yes, they're very beautiful. I've been collecting them for my entire life. Pick one out, because such a beautiful young lady should wear beautiful things.
No, really, that's very kind of you, but I couldn't accept such a beautiful gift, for I've done nothing at all to deserve it.
Of course you're deserving, dear. You saved me from that wolf. Now, you really must choose one of them.
Huh?
Now, what about this one? It's so pretty, and it really goes well with that lovely dress you're wearing.
I know. It's the prettiest one in the whole basket.
There, don't be shy. It won't bite. If this is the one you want, please take it.
It's so soft. No, I mustn't take it. My friends would become angry if they saw it, because I am not supposed to talk with anyone here in the forest. They told me that I dare not trust anyone.
They're absolutely right. You never know who you'll run into, and you can't be too careful. Just look what happened to me today. That old wolf attacked me, scaring me senseless. Yes, your friends were right to warn you about those you might meet in the forest. But goodness, an old woman like I have never meant anyone any harm.
Well, I suppose you're right. You couldn't harm anyone.
All I want to do, as I say, is to repay your kindness. Now stand up there and let's have a good look at you. Oh, my goodness, what's this? This lacing will never do. Let's replace this old thing right now. Trust me, dear. I've been doing this all my life.
I do trust you.
This one is much better. Someone as lovely as yourself should wear it.
Thank you, madam, but you are too kind.
This lacing is made of the very finest silken threads. It will last a lifetime, and it will never become tattered or frayed. Now, one final adjustment and will be perfectly suited to you. There we go. That does it. Now, isn't that nice?
Oh, no, please, kind woman, that's very tight. If you loosen it a little, that will be fine. I'm afraid I can't wear it this tightly.
But I think you can. Look how slender it makes you look. One more little twist.
Oh, stop, please stop.
In good time. In my own good time, my dear.
You're not very kind at all. You're very evil.
Now, what makes you think I'm so evil, Snow White? You should have listened to your little
please,
friend.
I can't stand it. It's too tight. You're hurting me. Please stop. Stop. I feel faint. Stepmother, how did you find me out here?
I had no intention of letting you go free. When I found out you were still alive, I came here to put an end to your beauty, once and for all. Now I'm here and I realize I have no time to spare. For just like the fragrance of a flower, so grows your beauty from hour to hour. And as you become more beautiful, my powers become diminished. So goodbye, my dear. And forevermore, I shall be known as the fairest woman in the entire kingdom. Sleep well, my little stepdaughter. Sleep well and sleep long.
Thinking that she was finally rid of Snow White for good, the evil queen hurried back to the castle, for she could hardly wait to be told by her magic mirror that at long last she was indeed the fairest one of all.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, I come before you to ask you one more time, who is the fairest of them all? Speak to me now, for I know you speak the truth.
And the truth is that you are by far the fairest in the castle.
I am only the fairest one in the castle, my mirror.
In the castle, no one else can match your beauty, but Snow White is the fairest maiden in the land.
But Snow White lays motionless in the valley of the 7 mountains. I know that to be the truth, for today I saw to her demise myself.
Snow White lives.
But how could that be? For with these very hands I saw to it that Snow White would never be able to breathe again.
I can only speak the truth. She lives.
But the wizard promised me that the spell he cast on those purple threads could never be removed by anyone. Unless one day a prince came to save her, then he could remove it with the power and magic of his love.
The power of love is not limited to princes. Snow White is loved by 7 dwarves, and that is magic enough.
Please, wake up, Snow White. Oh, wake up, won't you? Huh? I found her over here. Come on, hurry up.
Huh?
She's in trouble.
Monday found Snow White.
Over there.
Huh?
Oh. Hurry up, everyone. Snow White won't wake up. She's fallen down.
I'm coming, Snow White. I'll save you.
Have you tried to wake her, Monday?
I tried everything.
What happened? She must have fallen down and hit her head.
I don't know. I just found her.
We had better carry her to the house.
We should try and wake her up first.
I warned Snow White not to leave the house. Now look what she's done. She's gone and gotten herself injured.
Is she going to be all right? How are we going to wake her up, Friday?
Maybe we should try splashing her face with a little water. When I do that, it always wakes me up.
If it's the Queen that's done this to her, then I doubt that water will do any good.
Look, Wednesday is right. See here, her bodice has been tied by this new purple lacing. Someone give me a knife.
Snow White, I'm coming. Watch out. Let me through.
Be careful. You might hurt her.
Snow White, wake up. It's me, Thursday. Please, Snow White, speak to me.
Huh?
Look.
Ah, you're all right now. Snow White, we were so worried about you. Tell us, how did this happen to you?
Oh, it was my stepmother. She came here and tricked me. I feel so foolish. Why?
There now. You don't have to cry. I won't ever let the Queen hurt you, Snow White. I promise.
In the Valley of the 7 Mountains, the love of her friends is very strong. Snow White is still the fairest in the land, and you are second, my queen.
She won't be the fairest for long.
As long as she stays with her friends, she is safe.
She won't escape. I'll find a way to get to Snow White.
Snow White will not be likely to trust strangers again. She has learned her lesson well.
You mark my words, Mirror. As I live and breathe, Snow White will cease to be the fairest maiden in the land by week's end. It will take more than 7 dwarves to stop me.
Then it's true. Snow White lives. My poor little Snow White.
Snow White was still shaken by the events of the previous day, and remained upstairs in her attic room well past her usual waking hour. The dwarves took over her morning chores.
That's just about enough.
Where's the milk?
Here it is.
Well, it's about time.
Hurry up, Monday. Put that thing down. It's going to draw straws now. Okay, there's 1 straw with a red tip. Whoever picks it gives Snow White her breakfast.
I've got the red one.
Well, what do you know about that? I've got it. All right, who's got it?
Guess. Ha! Thank you very much.
I wonder why Saturday always wins when we play that game.
What did she say, Saturday?
Well, is she coming out of her room?
How is she feeling? Does she want to talk to us?
I don't think so.
What are you doing?
Saturday, did you give her the milk that I brought in for her this morning?
I'm sorry, I forgot.
And what about the cereal that I made for her breakfast?
I didn't give her that either.
Saturday, what is she doing up there if she's not eating her breakfast?
She's not doing anything, just laying there and weeping.
There was little that the dwarves could do but wait until Snow White felt better. So off to the mines they went. But this day their hearts were not in their work. They were at home with Snow White.
I'm worried about Snow White.
Me too.
Snow White was deep in sleep, alone with her dreams.
I think this is the right way, but I'm not certain.
See if you can locate anything that looks familiar to you from when you and Snow White were here before. Anything at all, Klaus. It could be important if we are to find her.
Something will be the same. I'll keep my eyes open, and I'm sure that something will be familiar sooner or later. There. down in the valley, a dwarf's house.
Do you remember that house? Were you and Snow White there before?
No, but perhaps the dwarves that live there have seen Snow White.
There doesn't appear to be anyone home.
Shall we wait until nightfall? I'm sure they'll return.
I think we should keep searching the mountains. We can always come back after it gets dark.
All right, that will be fine, since then we'll be able to look in more wooded areas while there's still light.
All right, then. Why don't you lead the way? I think we have about an hour or two left before it starts to get dark, so keep that in mind, Klaus.
I will. I could hardly restrain myself when I received that letter from Snow White's nanny, and I found out she was all right. Prince, I know that you will understand my excitement when you finally meet Snow White and find out for yourself how truly beautiful she is.
Even if Snow White were only half as beautiful as you told me she is, she'd still be very special because she has such a wonderful friend as yourself.
My only wish is that we find Snow White soon.
Klaus! Oh! Was that you? Klaus! Klaus, where are you?
I'm mad. Are we not dwarves? We're sitting by while Snow White suffers in a room as if we have no say whatsoever in the matter. Oh, my poor little Snow White, just look how sad she has become. I say put an end to this misery. What do we do when we're unhappy? We throw a great big party, that's what.
Yes, a party's just the thing. That's a good idea.
My ideas are always good. Well, are you dwarves with me or not?
I'm with you, absolutely. It'll be wonderful.
We should make this the biggest party we've ever thrown, that's what I say. We'll make Snow White so happy she'll never be sad again.
Hooray! What is all of this commotion, Monday?
Thursday wants to go home and throw a big party for Snow White so she'll never be sad again.
Yes, that's right. A party would be the very best thing for little Snow White. For the first time, I agree with Thursday.
Everyone in favor of throwing a party for Snow White, say yay!
Yay! And for this occasion, I'm going to roast a turkey.
Yay! We'll sing ballads until our throats are sore.
Hooray! We'll dance our little feet off right up to the hips.
The dwarves didn't even bother to pack up their tools for the journey home, for they were far too excited. Off they marched in perfect unison, singing as they went along. It was at times like these that their fellowship was most deeply felt, and they were truly happy.
We're going home to throw a party for Snow White, and we're going to sing and dance into the night.
Hey!
We're going home to throw a party for Snow White.
What's going on?
We're having a party for you because all we want you to be is happy and never feel sad again.
Thank you, but I am happy because I heard my friend Klaus.
You heard from Klaus?
I was dreaming and I heard Klaus's voice and it made me wake up.
Whoa.
It was a dream. He wasn't really here.
It was so real that I ran outside to see him, but he was gone.
It doesn't matter whether he was here or not. It made you feel better, didn't it?
Well, I suppose that it did.
And now that you're happy, Snow White, we're all happy as well.
I do feel happy. I feel very happy. You're such good friends.
I say she was dreaming. There's no mistaking it.
Perhaps you're right, but Snow White says she wasn't dreaming. And besides, what if it's true that the prince and Klaus really are searching for her on horseback?
Yes, since Snow White had that terrible experience with the jealous queen, she's been awfully depressed. But she is not without faith. She has hope of being found by the prince. And that hope has turned into a dream. And that dream has become so strong she thinks it is reality.
But you really have to admit it. She has cheered up quite a bit lately.
The only reason she's happy is because she thinks she saw something that she didn't. It's nice to have a dream, but Snow White must accept that she may have to spend a long time here with us. Poor girl.
I've got it! Snow White dreams of a prince because he's a hero who can make her happy. Well, since this prince is just a dream of hers, we'll have to find her a real hero.
Yes, but she has all 7 of us to do that. All 7 of us together can make her happy.
Oh, it's true. We can make her somewhat happy by telling her a joke or two or baking a cake for her, but that's not enough because Snow White is coming to the age where she wants some person who is extra special to her.
I'm not sure I understand you.
What I'm saying is Snow White wants one man who will honor, cherish, and protect her for the rest of her life.
Huh?
She wants a husband.
A husband?
In my educated opinion, the dream she keeps telling us about indicates that she would like us to find her a suitable husband.
All right, you are. I never thought of that. We shall have to search for the perfect suitor. I believe that it should be a man who can make her happy for all eternity.
All eternity?
I know the very man. He'll do everything for Snow White that Friday says. Honor, cherish, and protect her. I am going to propose to the girl.
What?
Does anyone have anything against the idea? How about you, Friday?
I think it's a splendid idea. In fact, I was also thinking of proposing.
I was, too.
You can. This was my idea.
I'm the only one who could make her truly happy.
None of you can make her smile the way I can, so I should be the one proposing.
I object to
Quiet, quiet. Now we have quite a problem here, don't we? Now let's try and find a solution. Well, it seems that we all intend to propose marriage to Snow White, which of course we'll never do because it's too confusing. Well, I think I can solve that problem. I think that each one of us should make a present for Snow White, and the one whose present she likes most gets to propose.
I second that.
I third it.
I'll agree to it, because I'll win this little contest.
Me too. I'll think of something great.
The matter is settled then. Anyone who wishes to enter the contest should have their presents ready by tomorrow morning, let's say about breakfast time.
Right.
All right, let's do it.
We'll do it.
My, but they're all cheery today.
That night, at the castle of the Wicked Queen, a new evil plan was about to be devised. So intent was the queen in bringing Snow White to harm that she was about to call on the dark forces controlled by the old witch who now dwelt in the castle.
Come right in. I never keep the door locked. Ah, my queen, what a pleasure. Can I be of service to you?
Yes, I have a simple request to make. There is something that I want you to do for me.
You have but to ask, my queen, and I shall obey, for you have provided me with a lovely room in your castle, and I am grateful to you.
Ah, very good. I wish to learn how to do away with an old enemy of mine.
Ah, yes. Say no more. Murder is a hobby of mine.
Let us not speak of murder, witch. I prefer to call it extermination of a bothersome pest.
Call it what you will. I'll teach you a method that I've been saving up just for this very moment.
Meanwhile, back at the cottage, the dwarves furiously busied themselves with creating gifts for Snow White. Each one hoped that his gift alone would prove to be her favorite. After sitting all day thinking and thinking, Monday had a brilliant idea and disappeared into the woods, returning shortly with a tub full of fresh honey. He was going to bake Snow White a special cake.
Done.
The industrious dwarves worked all through the night. By the time the sun was in the morning sky, the dwarves had finished their labors of love.
That's a pretty tune coming from that music box, Party, but I still believe Snow White will prefer my jewelry case.
Oh? She'll like these shoes I made better than that. Huh?
You'd better bring out your gift for Snow White Monday. She'll be waking up any minute, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Thursday? What are you giving her?
This.
Here's my gift.
Well,
Hi.
Whoever would have thought to give food as a present?
I baked this apple cake because Snow White loves apples. I topped the whole cake with fresh honey, too.
It looks delicious.
Say, where did you manage to get that fresh honey, Monday?
I found it out in the woods. That's where I went off to last night.
Good morning. Oh, the table is full of lovely things. Did you make all these things while I was asleep last evening?
Uh-huh. We made them all for you.
You made all these for me, but it's nowhere near my birthday, and I can't think of any other reason for it. May I ask you why you made them?
We made them for you because we wanted to show our appreciation for all the good work you've been doing for us around the house lately.
But you've made me part of your household, and as part of your household, I expect to do my share of the work here.
We still consider you our honored guest, and you know we like to make our guests happy, so please accept these presents with all of our compliments. By the way, and it's not important, but which gift do you think you'd pick offhand as your most favorite gift of all, Snow White?
Which one is my favorite? I don't know. All of them are ever so wonderful.
We know it's a hard decision, but if you chose one, it would actually solve a big problem for us, and...
There's no need to worry about hurting our feelings. Just tell us which one of our presents is your very favorite.
Well, let me see. Can I think about this for a little while?
While the dwarves were presenting their gifts, a bear approached the cottage. He was sniffing out the honey that Monday used for his cake.
Well, then, have you decided?
Yes, I've chosen my favorite.
Which one is it, then?
All the gifts are lovely, but the one I liked best is...
Look! Oh, a bear! What do you want?
Do you think he's looking for something?
How should I know?
Come on, Snow White, run for your life!
Oh, please, Bear, don't hurt us.
However did that bear know that we had a cake in the cottage?
I know how. He must have picked up the scent of the honey.
Yes, Monday said he used fresh honey for the cake and apples.
Why, the little rascal must have stolen that honey from this bear last night while he was asleep. The bear smelled the honey and found the cake.
He outsmarted you with his nose.
I don't believe it. Can this be possible?
Is the wolf telling you something, Sunday?
Yes, he says he saw 2 young men on horseback wandering around. He says he spotted them 2 mountains away from here.
Well, what of it?
I wonder if these could possibly be the 2 young men that Snow White says she saw.
But didn't we decide yesterday that Snow White was dreaming?
I knew it all the time. Snow White really did see the prince and Klaus.
We won't know that for sure until we find them, Monday.
I can't wait to find them. Snow White will be so happy.
I'm just glad we were cautious and didn't tell Snow White we were going to look for them. We must be sure.
Sunday, don't you think we made a big mistake leaving her all alone in the cottage?
No. Before we left, I told her exactly what she must do. Now, listen carefully, Snow White. We have some urgent business to take care of 2 mountains away, and while we are gone, we'd like you to stay inside the house, for your own safety's sake, of course. Do you mind?
Oh, I wouldn't mind. Oh, are you still hungry, Mr. Bear?
Also, as an added precaution, we'd feel better if you didn't let anyone inside the cottage, no matter who may come knocking at the door.
I'll do as you say.
Very good. Now, to seal the promise, kiss me here on the head, if you will.
All right.
I can't stand by for this. Don't feed any more food to that bear. He's already eaten up all the cake that I baked for you.
I am sorry about that, Monday. I was really looking forward to having a big piece of that cake after dinner.
Say, Snow White, does that mean you were going to choose the cake that I baked as being your favorite present?
That's right. After all, apples are my favorite food, you know.
I knew that you would choose it.
What's wrong?
I hate you, you silly bear. Thanks to you, now all of my trains have been destroyed.
Oh, Monday. There's no need to get upset.
Yes, there is. Don't you see that you said you were going to choose the cake that I baked for you as your favorite?
Oh, Mr. Bear, are you going home already?
Go, and don't ever return. Just go home.
He doesn't mean it, Mr. Bear. Come visit us anytime.
Yes, I do. Go home and never come back.
Too bad about what happened Monday. If you hadn't taken the bear's honey, the bear probably wouldn't have eaten your cake.
Oh, boy, you can say that again. I guess I didn't need the bear's honey after all. She would have chosen my cake anyway.
Say, Monday, why don't you propose to the bear? Excuse me, madam. Please stop.
Ah,
Huh?
as you see, I'm just an old woman. Please don't rob me. I have nothing but the clothes on my back. Please let me be.
You're mistaken, old woman. We aren't going to rob you. Please, stand up.
Oh, what a relief. When I first saw you, I thought you were bandits from the mountains. Oh, my, I felt like my old heart would give out. What do you want of me?
First, we would like to apologize for frightening you.
I'm sorry I startled you. I forgot my manners because we've been wandering in the woods for 3 days now.
We thought you might be able to help us find our way. That is, if you know these woods, ma'am.
That all depends on where you're headed, sirs, and for whom you are looking.
There is a certain cottage that we were looking for. It is the home of the 7 dwarfs, and we would really like to find it.
Dwarves, you say?
Are you familiar with them, ma'am?
Oh, I should be familiar with them since I just paid the jolly little gentleman a visit a day or 2 ago.
Ah, then their cottage is near here.
A little way in that direction.
I'm certain we went over that area of the forest a number of times.
You may just have missed it then. You have to go 2 mountains over from here, and then you'll find it in a little clearing.
Thank you, my good woman. This is strange. We've certainly reached a dead end.
It looks like that old woman gave us the wrong directions.
Hey there, you two!
It's a dwarf.
We've been looking all over for you, and here you are. Are you 2 gentlemen looking for a lady named Snow White by any chance?
Huh? Do you mean to tell us that you know where Snow White can be found, sir?
She's living at our cottage.
Really?
Hey, fellow dwarfs, come here quickly and look. The prince and Klaus are right here. I found them! Hurry! We have much to accomplish!
And you say this old hag paid us a visit? An old hag gives you wrong directions. Fellow dwarves, do you think that old woman could have been the evil queen in disguise?
If that was the evil queen, then this is very serious. We left Snow White all alone at home.
But we know very well what the queen looks like, and that old crone couldn't possibly have been her.
It could have been that if she got a witch or a magician to make her a magic potion, then that would allow her to change form.
I have heard of such a potion. We must return home right away.
Huh? Yes? Who is it?
I'm a weary old woman who's been traveling for 2 days. May I come in and rest?
I know this must sound very cruel of me, but I've been instructed not to let anyone in the house.
But I'm so weary. Couldn't I rest for just a little while?
But I promised not to let anyone in.
Ah, there's an idea. Then may I help myself to some water from your well, as I'm so unbearably thirsty?
Of course. Go right ahead.
Thank you. It's so heavy. The bucket won't come up, miss. I'm too old and feeble to raise it.
Oh, dear.
All it would take is just a little of your tongue.
Oh, that poor woman. Here, drink from my cup.
Why, you've brought me some lemonade. How very thoughtful of you.
It was awful of me not to let you in. I'm sorry.
That's quite all right. One simply cannot be too careful these days, you know. Now, my dear, I'd like to repay you in some small way. Let me see. Where is it? Yes, here.
My, what a pretty apple.
I hope this is enough to repay your generosity.
Oh, please, no. I can't accept. After all, suppose you get hungry while you're traveling through the forest.
Oh, please take it, unless, of course, you dislike apples.
No, apples are my favorite fruit.
Then don't be shy, dear. Take the apple and eat it all up. You're not thinking a harmless old woman like myself would offer you a poisoned apple, are you?
No, ma'am.
Faster! Faster!
That's good. Why don't we do this? Why don't we share it?
Well, oh, all right, if you really insist on it.
Here, now, you eat this all up. Go ahead now. Start right in. Go right ahead and take a nice big bite, and you'll see how really juicy and sweet this apple is.
All right, I will. Thank you.
Yes, that's a good girl. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
It was a poisoned apple, Snow White. Nothing on this earth can revive you from the poison I've given you. Your appetite for apples has proven to be your downfall.
Snow White, we found the prince and Klaus. We are coming!
They're coming.
Who's that running away? Snow White!
After her, Klaus.
Oh, Snow White, we shouldn't have left her. It's too late.
I saw her turn down this road. After her. You're not going anywhere. On guard.
Oh, you're the hag!
While the dwarves grieved over poor Snow White, Sunday's wolf called upon his mates for help. The whole pack came running, responding immediately to their mate's call. And because communication among wolves can be very precise, the pack knew exactly what was needed.
The old hag is really the queen in disguise.
The old witch had given the queen a potion that transformed her into a hag. Now she fought like a lioness. But when all was settled, the wolves gave her her just due. For those who seek to destroy others because of jealousy and greed will soon be themselves destroyed. But Snow White had never sought to harm another, yet here she was.
Snow White has gone to heaven, little bear, and won't ever return. There'll be no more handouts of food when you come around the cottage to visit like there was when she was with us.
All of a sudden, as if he knew something no one else knew, the bear jumped up on the coffin, trying to tip it over.
Huh? Snow White! You were only asleep.
Oh, was I?
Whether it was his acute sense of smell or just grisly intuition, the bear knew that Snow White had not completely swallowed the bit of poisoned apple given to her by the queen. Thus, the little poison she did swallow only put Snow White into a deep sleep. But where there is love, there are happy endings. The prince brought Snow White to his castle, where they were married and lived happily ever after.